Okay, time now is 11:02 a.m. in the morning. I slept from uh 4:50 to 10:50. To 10:40. So it's like 5 hours and 15 minutes of sleep, and it was okay. I feel like I woke up like four times in the middle or something. Um, my hair is still. When I woke up, it was really curly and messy, and then I put some water and combed it a little bit, and then now it's like a little flatter. So but I don't know. I don't know how to handle this hair. It's like I can't really comb it. Um, yeah, there's that. Okay. Um, yeah, maybe I shouldn't comb it because now the water's like it's flattening my head a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I should probably blow it with a hair dryer. Anyways, today I woke up early again because I haven't watched April at all. I finished one film last night, Existence, and by the time I finished it, it was like 4 a.m. ish already. So I had no time to watch anything else, even though I planned to watch April yesterday. So today I'm gonna try to pull the insane feat of watching one film plus 5 episodes of anime, and that film was like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So that's that. Yeah, I did read manga. I did draw just a tiny bit, but not enough. And that's pretty much it. And today at 12:45, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna meet up with my friend Potter. We're just gonna chat and talk, and it's gonna be nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Giant is texting me again. God, like last night I went to bed just sort of thinking about how, you know, what's the next step? I don't know. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. I'm not that infatuated with her as I was with Leslie. Um, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think the good thing is, it wouldn't hurt as bad if I lost her, which is a very sick thing to say, like sick in the head, for someone who's just started to be a close friend of mine. But I think the bad thing is I wish I am more infatuated with her, because like it's a good feeling. Maybe it's a good feeling if it works out at the end. And I wish to capture that again. I don't know. I think if I had to analyze like my infatuation with Leslie, it would be A, it's her personality, is how edgy she is, but also B, it's I really relied on her because she was like one of the only other East Asian girls in the whole school. But USC's different, you know? And also I think with Leslie, it's like I could see my sadness in her sadness, even though at the end, of course, it wasn't like that. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, I could see my sadness in her sadness. With Giant, I feel that we are opposites of each other, which might be a good thing. But I don't know. It's not really all that. But we'll see. I'm gonna talk to her a little more. But yeah, she's talking to me about how she's introducing music to this other guy. She's talking about other guys a lot. She doesn't talk to me about her other girlfriends. I mean, aside from maybe like Maisie. Yeah, just Maisie. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to watch at least half of April this morning, right now, and then yeah. 아니, 엄마, 임마.
舒到不想其實買一張回家慢慢嘆啦，讓其他客人都可以。好的，
雪糕應該。Okay, time now is 3:02 a.m. in the morning. It's late. I'm gonna go to bed soon. But yeah, again, I tried to be as productive as possible today. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, in the morning, I originally planned to watch April, did not do that at all. I just filmed a movie review, and then at 12:50, I left this apartment, and then I went out to see Potter for the first time in a year. Last time I saw him was also summer and also Hong Kong. So it's so funny that we both sort of study in LA, but we have to meet in Hong Kong because it's just easier here. So Potter's story is actually that over the last year, fall 2024, he continued studying in Santa Monica. And then his time there is over, and he actually went back to Hong Kong for half a year. So spring 2025, he was actually here the whole time. Yeah, he said he hasn't been up too much. He's just been taking photos, doing photography shit. Nothing too revelating. I guess the only major change in his life, or not even major change, I would say gradual change, it's that he's trying to be healthy. He's going to the gym nearly every single day now. He is visibly more buffer, and he also, I thought he would look very emo. Low-key, I thought he would have very long hair and all black and super fashionable, but not really. He's wearing it's nice. It's not like ugly clothes or anything. Very nice, but I'd say he looks way more like realistic now. And throughout the lunch today, we've been talking about nothing but making money. He's really, really worried about not being able to make money. And yeah, we went to this food court in Taikoo City Plaza, and I had Thai food for $100. I had rice with yellow crab curry, which was kind of underwhelming because it was basically rice with soup, and the soup was supposed to be curry soup. Except it doesn't really have any curry flavor, nor am I really tasting any of the crab meat, so it's just like salty whatever, and it was kind of disappointing. And then we walked around afterwards. But throughout the whole meal, at first we don't really know what to say to each other because a lot has happened to me in USC. And then over the last half a year, he's been taking photos here, a little there, and yeah. And he's really, I'd say like a few years ago, like 2-3 years ago, when I met him, Potter's like, at home all the time, just smoking weed, playing the guitar, and just chilling and being kind of emo. It's such a generic word. Just chilling, but in a sad, pensive way, in an artsy way. But now all he thinks about is there's no time to chill. I gotta take photos, I gotta make money. He met this one guy, and this guy's 40 years old, and he's a 3D model designer, but he's also like a prop master in films, and he makes a lot of money and owns his own apartment. His mom's friend's daughter just got back from studying business in the UK, and now he's working a job, earning very good money, like 60,000 Hong Kong dollars per month, which is really good. And Potter said he felt yuzi. He felt, I wouldn't say the R word here. He felt dumb. He felt slow. And not being able to make money, especially because he's 25 now, is like a disability, and he feels embarrassed by it. And I kind of get it too, because also all I'm thinking about, like most of what I'm thinking about now, is also like film, which ultimately leads to money, and you know, my mom can't really provide for me for so long. So we both talked a lot about that, and we got along really well. Even though we haven't seen each other for a year, we got along really well. I talked a little bit about my life in USC, but not really too much in detail, because I feel like it doesn't really matter that much anymore anyways. For him, like I did mention that I've been on a lot of film sets, and you know, I did mention Jayun, funny enough, but mostly because I wanted to ask him for like advice on like what to do in this situation. Like Jayun's coming to Hong Kong, like what should I do? You know, this is like, it's never happened before, this kind of situation. But then I think I realized that there's no, like, the best plan is no plan. Okay, more on that later. But yeah, I and Potter, we just like talked and went around, and yeah, after lunch we went over to the I took him to CD Warehouse look at Blu-rays, but we spent a lot of time today at the ice skating rink. So what happened was, we were just like looking at the ice skating rink, and then Potter suddenly spotted this girl with long black hair, blue jacket, just gliding along. She's one of the staff here. And she's, Potter's like, oh, look at her. And then we stood there for a while, and Potter kept looking at her, and Potter was like, ooh. He specifically used a phrase, 像激了愛情, which is like, oh, it, like, I was suddenly hit with love, you know? She's like an anime girl. She has this aura, you know, she has this, this quality to her. And at first I wasn't even that, like, I wasn't even noticing her. And that's how you know I'm like on the Aero A spectrum, is that like I don't even feel these feelings. Like I don't look at someone and randomly just go, oh my god, she's so pretty. Like I don't really feel these feelings. And here in the back is so sick. But he does, and he's like, man, maybe I should go down there and ask her to take photos for her, like in a professional way, because ultimately this is supposed to be professional. Like I want to take photos of her. She's just like gliding along. She's like a little angel, and people are falling down on the ice skating rink, and she's helping them up. And every time she does that, Potter's like, oh. And Potter got so excited. He started laughing, grabbing onto me, and we got down and we were right beside the ice skating rink, and we were just looking at her, and it was so weird. And then we left, and then Potter's like, nah, let's go back. And then we went back, and then we left again, and Potter's like, nah, let's go back. Potter kept thinking about her, but eventually she just disappeared. We're like, wait, where did she go? And then we have no idea. So we went for a little bit of a detour, went to IKEA, and we saw people eating ice cream, so we had ice cream from IKEA, just 6 Hong Kong dollars for soft served vanilla ice cream. Okay, it's okay. And then as we were leaving, there was a clothing store, and there was a staff, and it's another girl, and the girl had this, like, the main character from Kakegurui, Yumeko, has the same haircut. This long black hair, but like you get the side strips, and then I don't know what these are called, and then the bangs on top. And she looks really mean, and then you could also see a humongous tattoo on her chest. So she looks fucked up. And then Potter went up the escalator, looked at her, and I guess she also looked back at Potter. But Potter's like, oh, how about that girl? And I'm like, oh, another one? And then so we went back to the ice skating rink, and the angelic girl, she's gone. And Potter's like, okay, well, I'll ask the other girl. So we went back there, and Potter was like, okay, gotta be upbeat. I gotta be more, like, extroverted. So Potter very smoothly just waltzed into the store and was like, hey, excuse me, I really like your tattoo. And even though she looked like this fucked up emo killer girl, when she got complimented, she's like, oh, haha, yeah, thank you, haha, haha. She just immediately loses all her aura, as anyone would, you know. And then Potter's like, oh, by the way, I'm a photographer, blah, blah, blah. This is my Instagram. Do you want my Instagram? Can I get your Instagram? And she's like, sure. And then they exchanged Instagram, and etc. And then we just left. So fast, so quick. Very impressive. And Potter's like, yeah, we should do this. After spending so many years in LA, we should be comfortable talking to strangers, because that's what, Angelinos do. That's a Californian thing, And, we need to start doing this because we need to make money. We need to create business opportunities. I see a lot of people, and Potter just sees opportunities. Beautiful woman and opportunities. And Potter starts talking to me about, like, the woman she's seen. And, just on a photography level, like, not romantic relationships. Just, like, just a woman he's photographed. And there's this girl, and she's very cold-blooded, and she's very cool, she's very aloof. But then I asked her to do something cute. Can you make this cuter? And then she started, like, panicking and, like, pouting. And at that moment, I just had a mini crush on her. And again, two things is, one, I don't have these feelings. Not really. And I realized that I think Leslie might be the only person who, like, made me feel that way. Like, Leslie could be just doing nothing. She could just be walking by, and I'm like, fuck me, Another thing is, Potter's type and my type are, like, polar opposites. Potter probably likes soft, angelic, like, or I wouldn't say angelic, but, like, soft and, like, pure, which is more typical. And I'm, like, the opposite. I love really, like, unsoft and impure types of people. Anyways, yeah, we looked at this girl's Instagram with a huge tattoo on her chest, and she is an artsy girl. She draws really well, and she takes a lot of photos. And Potter tells me that when I was on the escalator and I looked at her, she looked back at me, I could feel it. I could feel that she's, like, this type of girl. She's, like, an artist type, and she wants to be seen. And it's so interesting, because I feel like I'm, like, the opposite kind of person, and I feel like there's a group of artists out there, filmmakers, photographers, who are, like, very hypersexual, very hypersocial, and they're just very good at, like, feeling people. Like, they're built with a sonar system of, like, they can detect if a person wants to be seen and wants to be felt, and then they act on it, of course. And I have the opposite problem. I have I don't really have that radar, and even worse, I actively distance myself from people because I always think people mysteriously dislike me, which is, like, even worse. And so I'm very good at depicting hatred and fear, and I'm very bad at depicting love, or at least my kind of love. I can depict my kind of love, but, like, not good love, But a lot of filmmakers are able to, like, oh wow, very intimate, personal love and romance and like just people like Ken. Ken would like meet a girl at a bar and we talked a little bit and she told me this beautiful story and then I fucked her and and then I just forgot about her, but that's okay because it's the memories that matter, that type of bullshit. I think Ken is that kind of guy, and he's probably not good at writing about hatred and fear, but I'm very good with hate and fear. I'm evil. I'm malicious with my writing. As I and Potter have discussed today, we're both like, yeah, we should be more upbeat because it's like Los Angeles, but like our art could be emo. Our art could be fucked up. So, yeah. Which is very much the tenet I'm going for. Anyways. But yeah, eventually I left. I talked to him about Jayun a little bit, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, what kind of person is she? And I tried to describe Jayun, but I kind of can't. Because the first time I met Jayun, I totally expected her to be like Leslie, like promiscuous. But then I realized that she's also like, she has a spine, but she's also very social. So I kind of don't really know. And then as I was leaving in the MTR station, I wanted to like continue to ask Potter, so how about that girl? And then I realized, actually I'm overthinking it. Like, if I plan to do or say specific things when I meet Jayun, it's just never gonna end well, no matter what I say or do. Just let it flow and improvise and go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. And it's okay. If I have the desire to do something, then I will act on it. If I am given something, I'm gonna respond to it, But I don't have to pre-plan this shit. And that's the difference between Leslie and now. And Leslie was... I pre-plan everything. Like, I know, okay, I'm gonna, confess to her in late May, and I'm gonna say these things, and I'm just too timid and scared. And with Jayun, of course there's a element of fear in it, but it's like, go with the flow, man. Just go with the flow. Yeah. Yeah, finally so went back home, and eventually I talked more with Jayun, because of course the conversation never ends. I just sent Jayun a bunch of photos from the mall, like Blu-rays and stuff, and we just talked about film, we talked about this, talked about that, art, we talked about Jayun's favorite safe space at the USC campus is like some rooftop, and she brings 20 people up there. She says that she's good at meeting people, bad at remembering them, and I was like, I'm the opposite. And then I talked about my weird childhood. I mentioned that I used to be crazy when I was a child. I think people have superpowers and they all secretly want to target me. And Jayun said she used to think she can talk to animals. I think it's not bad for a childhood delusion. I've known, out of all the childhood delusions I've known, that one's harmless. Natalie thinks she had superpowers and a secret deity speaks to her, an evil god speaks to her. And Jordana the same, and then Pink thought she could predict the future. These are more harmful, Keith thought he's I don't know, some kind of evil genius, and it's not that weird. Jayun wasn't that weird. But yeah. Also, Jayun, apparently her birthday is September 9th. So we're very close to each other. And she's turning 20, I'm turning 23. We have a 3-year gap, which is kind of scary. And then after that, she starts calling me old. Like, for a good hour, Giant keeps making jokes about how I'm old. Like, oh, you're like an old sage. You're old. Wow. Should I, like, say nin instead of ni? Like, you, when I refer to you, should I use the more respectable form in Mandarin? And I started making fun of her saying that she's young, but then that also kind of reinforces the idea that I'm old. Yeah. I don't know though. I do think that despite the fact that Giant probably has more experience than me, in terms of just accomplishment, but also like, people, I think I'm still probably more emotionally mature. I look like my... Damn. Okay, someone's DMing me. Yeah, and then I don't know. I'm tired. I do like that I am able to joke around with Giant, and also over the last few days, I've learned so much more about her. I think I've learned so much more about Giant. Just like, she talks so much to me, and the interesting thing is, I feel like I barely reveal myself to people in USC. Like, people like Colin and, I think I barely, like, reveal myself to people. But with Giant, I feel much more comfortable doing it. I feel like the only people who I'm, like, comfortable, like, being myself in front of was, like, Christian R and, like, Giant. And I think that's good, even though it's, like, with Mary and Leslie, I'm, like, really scared of being myself. But I think it's good that I'm comfortable in front of Giant. Even though Giant's still, like, this, powerful person, I think, to a degree. Everyone likes her, and she talks about how everyone likes her. Like, this guy followed her to a rooftop and wanted to stay with her. And then, like, she posts a selfie of herself and she gets a lot of DMs, and then, like she's popular, Yeah, anyways, she's coming to Hong Kong to see me. Yeah. Okay, boys, time now is 1:26 p.m. on August 8th. Yeah, I had an epic sleep. I slept from 4:45 a.m. to like 12:50, which is insane. I decided not to wake up by an alarm because I did do that in the last 3 days, and I wanted to just let myself go a little bit today, so I ended up sleeping a lot, like too much, in fact. But yeah, here I am. I'm gonna try to be as productive as possible again today. Yeah, it's weird because like at around 8:30 a.m. I was like wide awake. I looked at the clock and it's 8:30, 8:40, and I was wide awake and I couldn't fall back asleep for a long time. But then I kind of did, and then I woke up and it's 12 already, and I'm like, what? But yeah, it's that's that. I just had the idea to watch In the Mood for Love, but then the website does not let me in, so I don't know. But I really want to go see the 25th anniversary version of it. So we'll see. And then aside from that, my hair is a mess. Which is intended, actually. And then aside from that, later tonight, I'm going to go out and have a big dinner with my dad's family, and then that's pretty much it. I may also go jogging because I feel fat, and then that's pretty much it overall for today. Not much else to talk about. I did not read any manga today, but last night, but I did draw a little bit, which is good. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Yeah. yeah, still thinking a lot about Giant. I don't know why. I think I'm in a very rare, weird period where I don't feel necessarily anxious about her. When I was like having a lot of conversations with Leslie back in, March and April of 2023, I was actually anxious. I enjoyed talking to her, but I was really anxious. I was scared what she would think of me after I confessed to her. But like with Giant, I'm honestly happy with where we are. But I do get the feeling that she just wants to be friends with me and nothing more, nothing else. But then I'm also really open-minded. Like, I don't know. I just think our meeting in Hong Kong will decide a lot on how we're gonna move forward. So yeah, how we want to celebrate birthday together in the same weekend or something? Could be fun. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. Okay, time now is 2:49 a.m. in the morning. It's late once again, and once again, I'm running out of time to do things. I'll say this. Yeah, I woke up naturally today, and I only filmed and edited 2 reviews before I had to leave for a big dinner with my dad's family. So at around 6 p.m. I left with my brother, went to Wan Chai MTR, met up with my mom, and then we walked over to the restaurant. And yeah, it was a big meal. I drank beer, I drank Coca-Cola. It has multiple courses, lobster noodles with cheese. It's got deep fried abalones. It's got chicken, it's got fish. It's just a lot. And yeah, I went home feeling really full. Took a bus home. I returned home at around 11-ish p.m., maybe 11:20 p.m. No, 11 p.m. I think. And I waited for a while, and then at around 11:20, I left. So I feel really full, and I feel really fat, and my belly's fat again, and I fucking hate that. For a little while after I traveled to Beijing, my belly is like okay. It's not great, but it's like diminishing, and well, it's because I walked a lot in Beijing, and I probably burned a lot of calories in Beijing, even though I ate a lot of food as well. But then my belly's sort of back, and I feel really bloated. So I decided to go for a run. And you know me, I'm stubborn, I insist. I don't want to do this procrastination thing. I don't want to be like, nah, it's late, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. I don't want to do that. So I decided to go downstairs and run. And at first I was like, I'm just going to like run a little bit. I'm just going to take it easy on myself because it's late. But I went on and I'm like, no, it's not enough. I got really tired really fast. Also, for some reason, I don't know if it's because my body's weak. I don't know if it's because it's 11 p.m. I don't know if it's because I just had a lot of food, but I wasn't really in the best condition to run. So I, like after 2 laps around the block, maybe 2 laps, maybe 3 laps, maybe 2.5, I was already like super tired and I would just walk. But I'm like constantly battling between, there's me thinking, no, I need to run more. And then there's me thinking, no, that's enough. There's my tiredness, my physical tiredness, and then there's my mental, no, you gotta push harder. And it's just this push and pull. And so I would walk and then run and walk and run. And then at the end, I'm like, fuck it. And I started hopping. And yeah, again, like, I feel like it's not the best condition for me to run. So, like, my body feels weird. Like, my belly feels like it's hurting a little bit. And my legs are hurting a little bit. I don't know. So I started hopping. And I was listening to Death Grips. And I was really vibing with it. And then I'm like, you know what? Okay, the little walkway, the road to the apartment complex, I started dancing because the thing is, it's like midnight and I genuinely don't care. There's not a lot of people looking at me. And if there's people looking at me, who cares? Go ahead. So I started like dancing, flinging my hand around. I started running backwards and running and jumping in circles. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go dance. I'm going to do this thing. Because back in 2018, 2019, I do this a lot. I just go downstairs and I dance the fuck out of my face, and a little bit of nostalgia, perhaps. I listened to Death Grips, The Powers That Be, the song, and I just started, yeah, I got that power. I didn't, like, scream out loud because it's midnight, but I was like, I pretended that I'm the performer, and I started, like, swinging my hands around and doing these crazy poses and jumping and just like I'm like Ian Curtis from Joy Division, and it genuinely felt amazing, even though it was really tiring and I was so sweaty. My entire chest was wet, my back was wet, dripping sweat, and I flung my arm so much my bicep here, or more so the tendon here is hurting. So, and then I'm like, damn, I did too much, did I? So I came back home and I rested a little bit, and then at 12:15 took a shower. 12:40, I just spent 2 hours editing my thoughts update video. And the reason why it took so long was because of Jayun. Jayun suddenly started to talk to me at midnight. So I'm like, well, I gotta speak to her. And I actually had, and it's a very bad time because I'm trying to sleep, but we had a very, I wouldn't say intimate, I would say honest. I would say we both had a very, again, like, intimate isn't the right word. It's like, it's a weird, I would say we had a very transparent heart to heart, where we just talk about our families and how Jayun's family is not doing so well and my family's not doing so well, because we were talking about running, and we were talking about, she's talking about Shanghai and Vancouver, running in Vancouver, and how Vancouver's her home. And then I was like, shouldn't Shanghai be her home? And she's like, not really. And I was like, but you're born and raised there. And she's like, complicated, because family. And then we talked about family, and then we talked about film again, and then I started saying random shit. And I never in a million years would think I would speak to Jayun this way. Like, it feels weird that I'm comfortable with her again, and even more so this time. And I'm just saying very personal things, right? My family, my feelings. We talked about happiness a little bit. Apparently, Jayun's like young nickname is Le, which is like happy. And I was like, so are you happy? And she's like, yeah. And for a moment, I was like, wow, because like, huh? I don't know. I like sad people though, but I feel like because I like sad people, I've become the person I like, and now I'm sad, or like I've been sad all the time. And so she's like, are you happy? And I'm like, I don't know, man. The thing is, I genuinely don't know. I cannot say that I'm happy now. Maybe it's because my definition of happiness is really different. I'm not materialistically happy nor spiritually happy right now. Neither. But I'll say that I'm at my most mentally stable. So that's what I told her. But yeah, and then yeah. So yeah, it's crazy how much I say. And then I started saying random shit. I don't know why, but lately I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to speak and say words. It's like a dementia thing, but like when I write reviews or when I talk to Potter or maybe when I'm trying to write anything, it's like, damn, I want to say things, but then I can't use words, or maybe I don't know what to say and I'm still trying to say something anyways. And there are so many moments today and yesterday where it feels like words cannot fully contain, or words cannot fully deliver what I'm trying to express. And that's a problem because words is like for communication, and like I don't know. So yeah. But I'm glad I feel comfortable in front of Jiayun. And I think as much as I love the idea of a dangerous woman or like a dangerous girl, I think being comfortable with a girl is an important, step. So yeah. Yeah. Also, I spent hours today after I woke up to try to buy the In the Mood for Love movie ticket. So yes, update. August 10th, so 2 days later, literally the day before Kyoto, I'm going to Chunwan to watch In the Mood for Love. And the 25th anniversary edition. Because I was really thinking about whether I should go, and then, because like I've seen the film like twice before, but then I realized I haven't seen it on a big screen uninterrupted, and that would be like amazing. And also like seeing In the Mood for Love in Hong Kong on a big screen, what are the chances? So yeah, just gotta do it. So yeah, I'm doing it. But the thing is, when I tried to buy the tickets at the Emperor Cinemas website, it's so slow. Like something's wrong with the website and it keeps going into error 502 bad gateway. And it kept doing this again and again, and I kept trying, and I kept waiting and loading. I was so patient. And at some point I came up with a strategy of like, instead of just clicking onto things, I like open a new tab so that if the new web page does not load, I can immediately go back to the previous web page and then press the same button again instead of starting the whole process over of like finding the film, clicking on it, and then finding the screening, the time, and then clicking on it, and then finding the seating plan, and then clicking on it. Also, by the time I bought the tickets today, there were only 2 seats left, and they were not great seats. One is super front, one is like super side. I picked the one that's super front because I love being at the front of things. Well, yeah, not ideal. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. But eventually I succeeded. eventually the website got a little better and I got the ticket. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go to bed a little earlier today. But yeah, I don't know. I can't finish Apocalypse Hotel, evidently. Yeah, the anime. I was supposed to finish it today. I was supposed to finish it yesterday, and then now it's today, and then of course I can't finish it today. Fuck. Yeah, super excited to see Giant again. Ooh, Giant is in a wolf cut, and she's coming to Hong Kong. And it's so, like, I don't know, I feel like I've shared so much with Giant already. I feel like Giant has a talent of making people open up, because I also tell her, like, yeah, I'm not a social person at all, and I'm usually really quiet, but Giant just has a way of making me open up, because she's very open as well. And I like that. I like that I share a lot with her. And I share a lot with her. Like, we have similar birthdays, and we are both, like, trilingual, and she's quadrilingual in a sense, maybe, because she speaks French a bit, perhaps. And, you know, we both have family issues, and, yeah. And, you know, suddenly I'm picking up on all these similarities. But then there are also all these extreme contrasts between us. But we just know a lot about each other now, and, yeah, I mean, she'll be here, so... I told her in Chinese, this summer feels like the last summer of my life. And then Giant, like, panicked, like, sent me a bunch of question marks. And then I realized, damn, that sounded suicidal, even though low-key it is, but... but, it does, though, in a lot of ways. It feels like everything's crumbling apart. I'm entering my last year of USC, and, yeah, and then Jiayun is just here, and to have Jiayun literally be in Hong Kong is probably one of the best things to happen to me in summer. And yeah, but I don't feel a sense of dread that this is like the big final summer, you know. I'm just letting it happen because, you know, there's no point in planning things and, you know, overthinking it. It's just gonna happen, and I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah. Okay, time now is 1:06 p.m. On August 9th. Yeah, I had a pretty decent sleep from 5:15 to 12:15-ish. I naturally woke up, no, 11:15-ish. I naturally woke up, but I did set an alarm at 12 as a safety net. But yeah, we are 2 days away from leaving to Kyoto, which is absolutely crazy because my hair is... Okay. I'm gonna fix this later. 2 days away from leaving Kyoto, which is really crazy. I don't think I can still handle it, like process it. Yeah. Yesterday I really tried to be productive, and for the most part I was able to do it, and then I only watched 4 minutes of an anime episode, even though I was supposed to watch 10 episodes yesterday. So today I'm going to watch, or 9 episodes yesterday. So today I'm going to watch 9 episodes of anime plus 1 movie, because I'm just a madman. And it should be easier today, because literally nothing's going to happen today. But in the afternoon I may go out for a jog again, because consistency is key. And I also want to do the Ian Curtis dance again, because I'm insane. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And tonight at around midnight, I'm gonna be editing Film 33 documentary with Tova, so that's cool. And yeah, originally my cousin's supposed to come for dinner, but he's not anymore, so whatever. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. And I feel okay. So the reason why I slept so late yesterday was I was supposed to like be on bed at 4:30, which is already really bad. But at 4:15, I was suddenly like, nah, I'm so full, and so I went to the bathroom, and that took a while. But afterwards, my belly feels less bloated. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, eating a lot isn't the issue. It should be eating healthier, and also gaining muscle mass. And so eating less is not gonna help. I'm just gonna be a skinny stick again if I eat less. So yeah, it's all about eating proteins and then continuing to work out. In the meantime, I'll do some running and jogging and lose some fat first. Like, I don't know, a few years ago, I had this idea, if I want to look buffer, I have to get fat and then lose fat. But it's not that simple. Yes, I guess in some ways you could say I've gained fat, but it's also about like eating the right things. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
龍島啊，要買仲貴。
Okay, time now is 11:55. I'm just gonna film this right now. Today has been quite simple. I don't know. I want to say I woke up quite late. And in the morning, I tried to immediately start binge watching Apocalypse Hotel, but I couldn't. I still managed to procrastinate here and there, do other stuff that isn't really relevant, and I don't know. But anyways, I went jogging. I went jogging again, and this time around I went jogging with my dad, which never really happened before. To be fair, my dad wasn't really running with me because I run around the park, not in the park, but my dad ran in the park, and it's been years since he really ran. So we weren't really together, but it's still good, like a little bonding moment. But yeah, I didn't run as much as I did yesterday because I'm already kind of tired. But I still really desperately want to lose the fat. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then at like 8 p.m.-ish, I came back home and then took a shower, and then I had dinner, and after taking a shower, went back to this room, and I saw that the light has changed, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't really know what's going on. So I went outside, and before I could even ask, my dad told me that he changed the light bulb in this room, which means he opened the door and went in just completely without my permission. And I know this is a shared apartment, but goddamn, I hate this feeling. He also used my green stool, which means I have to clean it all over again because this is supposed to be the stool that's for me. So yeah, for dinner today I was just not in a very good mood, but and it's supposed to be a good happy family dinner. It's supposed to be a birthday dinner, but I really just wasn't feeling it. In fact, yeah, um, yeah, okay, Giant's texting me again. Yeah. So, I don't know, I'm feeling a little weird today, feeling a little downbeat. I just feel that, um, I haven't really been able to enjoy my stay in Hong Kong because I stayed here and then 10 days later I had to go to Beijing for a week and then I came back and then turns out I only had a week and tomorrow is my last day before Kyoto and then I'm going to be at Kyoto and then I'll be back for 4 more days or like 3 actually and then I'm gone again and I don't know, before I came back to Hong Kong I was like, yeah, after I go back to Hong Kong I'm just going to live on a farm. I'm just going to delete all social media and just sleep. I can't do that. Wasn't able to rest. Like, I think throughout the entire year, the only period of time when I was able to rest was like the first half of June. But even so, it wasn't like great because I still had to like cook and stuff. So I don't know, I can't have rest. And I don't think I'll be able to rest anymore by the time I go back to the US because then it's just going to be the final year, the final push. And it's just going to be 1 year of intense, like, it's so crazy how fast time has gone. Like, it's already August 9th, and I came back to Hong Kong, like, July 11th. Like, it's been nearly a whole month, but it didn't feel like that. It just feels like I have things to do every day, and I have friends to hang out with. So, I don't know, it's just not... I don't know. So... it didn't feel very great. And throughout the whole day I was also like questioning a little bit about my ability to enjoy things. And I don't know if it's... I don't really exactly know why, but I just don't feel that I'm like... because, like, I and Giant had this talk last night about happiness, and Giant's like, yeah, I'm happy. And then that got me thinking, am I happy? Not really. And I don't know why. I can't even define happiness anymore. I mean, I make a short film, but the short film comes from, like, a very negative place. And then the process of me making the short film is just a pain in the ass. And then, like... I don't know, it's just... I don't know what I like anymore. I love movies, but suddenly, for a moment today, I looked at people like Matt, and I was, there's a lot of film discourse. We're film students, SEA. Suddenly, all of that feels so silly now. Like, suddenly it's like, I still love films, but suddenly all this film talk is, like, distracting me from just being a regular human being. And, eating food and sleeping and being normal and feeling okay. I feel like my obsession with film is beginning to, like, really replace my experience as a human being. I genuinely think I should just go to a farm and just learn how to farm or something. Like, I genuinely think all of this is beginning to feel very... I wouldn't say pointless. I wouldn't say stupid. I wouldn't say boring, but maybe somewhere in between all that. So yeah, I don't really know. And ironically, my mom asked me and my brother this question today, like, what is enjoyment? What do you enjoy? And to be frank, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't enjoy shit anymore. I was looking at a Reddit post today, and it was like, hey, do you recommend going to SCA? And somebody replied saying, SCA has its own therapists and mental health services. And you know why? Yeah, I might need therapy. Like, legit, if that shit's free, I might need it next semester. Because I feel like a bit of me... Yeah, I mean, right now, I feel okay right now. Like, it's better than the first 3 months of this year when I was in a bit of a downward spiral, but I don't know, a small part of me still thinks that I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know-ness right now. Like there's a lot of ambiguity, and there's not a lot of like push. There's not a lot of inspiration. There's so many moments today where my mind feels fogged. Like I don't have a clear path in the future. Like I'm not worried about anything. I mean, I am worried about like visa and stuff, but I'm not immediately worried about something. Like I still have, I rented an apartment in LA. You know, my bank account is not getting hacked. But at the same time, I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of ambiguity in terms of what I want to be and what I want to do and how do I feel. Like I don't know how I feel about things anymore. I realize this. Like I enjoy a movie, okay, I go home, I eat food, and it's like I don't know what I'm really doing actually, you know. And all my attempts, you know, okay, I'm gonna read more, I'm gonna draw more. Yeah, I want to be a better person, but just because I'm better doesn't make me happy necessarily, you know? I'm just more useful. So I really don't know. Also, Giant's talking to me, and she's so freaking accomplished. She's still 19, and she's talking about how she wrote 480, and the 480 is so good, and she told me her story idea, and it was genuinely good, and I was like, God damn. And, you know, I feel a little bit like I'm 3 years older than her, and I'm like more of a loser. But I don't know, but I should come to my own, though. You know, I should come to my own. I feel like I've been having this identity crisis over the last 3 semesters, and I feel like I should be able to reach that internal consensus of who I am and what I want to be. But I'm still struggling to like feel things, I think. I'm still kind of struggling. I don't know. I want to sleep more and just rest. Kind of like September 2 years ago when I was like, I spent 3 months here and I don't know what to do. Like, I want to do that, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna edit the Film 33 doc with Tova, which is gonna take a few hours, so I don't know, man. I'm trying to be productive, but it's tough. Yeah, and then tomorrow's the last day before Kyoto, fuck. And I thought I had time to rest this week, but not at all, actually. Not at all. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, time now is 12:09 afternoon on August 10th. Kawaii! I slept from 5:20 a.m., literally the worst of all the times. Literally the latest in all of July and August history since I've been back. And then I woke up by an alarm at 11 a.m., but I was like, fuck it, so I went back to sleep and naturally woke up at 11:50. Yeah, I just have too much to do. And last night I spent so much time watching Apocalypse Hotel. Last 3 episodes I had to watch on 1.25 times speed. It was really bad. But yeah, here I am. I finished the anime finally. Holy balls. I didn't even do anything else yesterday. I didn't film any reviews. I didn't edit much. But yeah, today's gonna be tough because I have so much to edit and I have so much to finish watching. And I'm going all the way to Chinwon to watch In the Mood for Love for the 3rd time. So, yeah. I couldn't fall asleep really fast last night. And I think last night I was quite, and probably now as well. Maybe it's not over yet. Last night I was quite stricken with sadness, and I don't really know why. There's so many factors. There are so many things happening now. Like first of all, like I'm just tired. both physically and mentally. I think me going to Beijing and I just came back for a week and then now I have to leave. It's just so incredibly exhausting for me. I felt that I couldn't really just enjoy Hong Kong for what it is, honestly, because I've been just bouncing around. But also I think mentally, because I've been so, again, it's just this USC virus. Like, I don't want to think about USC when I come to Hong Kong. I mean, coming to Hong Kong is sort of like an escape. But so much of... I talk to Jian every day, and she keeps bringing up things about USC and her success and her, and it's bringing me down a little bit as much as I enjoy talking to her. Another thing is just my worry about USC and getting a visa in general. My general worry about USC, I think, is just really dragging me down. The fact that even here, I'm already worried about like my next semester. The other thing is I just feel stupid. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm just fucking stupid. Both on a surface level and on a fundamental level. I think I think my mind is generally getting worse. Like, I just don't remember things as well. My brain doesn't think as fast anymore. I make silly decisions from time to time. I make silly actions from time to time. And it feels like my brain is degrading. And then, I don't know, all this feels stupid. I looked at YouTube yesterday. I scrolled through all these thumbnails and videos, and suddenly I feel like everything's uninteresting and stupid. Like, everything just looks like consumerist entertainment, and nothing is real. And I go outside, and I think nothing's real. I think everything's stupid, and I don't know. It's just so bleh. And then, I don't know, there's like a million other things that I'm worried about, but I think my sadness just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I just feel fed up with things. I feel sick of things, and I can't really unpack why. I feel problematic. And I think finally, it was Jiayun. Talking to Jiayun again, I think every single day Jiayun reveals something about herself that I don't know, but I kind of know at the same time. And Jiayun told me she's bi yesterday, but it was just like a random thing. It's like she assumed that I already knew. She sent me a random screenshot of someone saying, "Oh, this is a eulogy team, and you're my number one director. Can we all sit down?" And I'm like, what the fuck does any of this mean? So Jiayun explained everything to me. Like, Eulogy is a short film written by a friend of hers, and then Ella is involved, and I was like, who is Ella? And she's like, Ella James. It's okay, I'm gonna say her full name. No one cares anymore. She's famous anyways. And I'm like, oh damn, I know this girl. I know this white girl. She was in Imperfect Us for like a couple of days, and I talked to her. I don't think she remembers me now, but I have good memory, so I remember her. And Jiayun was like, oh, I was head over heels for her. I had a huge crush on her like a while ago. But then like her friend hated me and like had beef with me and tried to like, I almost gave that friend rush, but I ended up not giving that friend rush. I ended up directing it myself. But now I think this friend is pitching against me because I want to direct this short film, Eulogy, as well. And this evil friend is also trying to pitch directing for Eulogy. Several things. First of all, this is exciting shit. Like, just like all this drama and stuff. And I've never felt that. Yeah, I've never even felt that. I've been in USC for 3 semesters, and I've never even felt this kind of, oh, everyone around me is like a director. Like, all I know are like Cam's people. So that's sad. But who knows, maybe things will change for a change. But but then at the same time, isn't it stupid? Like, all this drama shit, like, isn't it fucking stupid? Like, that's so secondary school coded. I guess the other thing is, this is paralleling Leslie. Leslie, around the time I started really, like, talking to her, Leslie told me about the story of the emerald necklace, and that was almost a turning point in our relationship, because that was when I was, like, really worried that she won't like me. But I guess the difference is that at that point Leslie was like, oh, I have a crush with this girl, like, now. And meanwhile Giant was like, oh, that was a long time ago. But, like, Giant's talking to me, like, every day. Just now she just texted me. But I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what that means, but I don't know what that means. It's like, the thing is, I don't know a lot of things. I don't know how, you know, I think we're friends despite the fact that we haven't seen each other that much in real life, which is crazy. I feel like I should see her more in real life for us to really be friends. But, I don't know, I do want to, like, charm her. I do want to say things that, you know, make her go, ooh, you know. But I genuinely don't know how to, because overthinking what to do or say to a girl is stupid. You can never know. What a girl will or will not think about you is also completely in the unknown. There's so much in the unknown. I don't even know how Giant expresses affection. You know, part of me thinks, oh, you know, if a girl really likes you, they actually won't text you constantly, because there's, like, nerves. So I feel like Giant's really just, you know, comfortably friends with me, which I think is great, but I don't know. But then at the same time, you don't know, though. Like, maybe she does this to everyone. So I think a lot of it comes down to what we're gonna do on the 18th. I think right now it's the warm-up. I think I'm just being very negative. And that's the other thing, is, like, so much of her is in the unknown, so much of the future is in the unknown. And then I think I've come to a point in my life where I'm just embracing the unknown, because I tried this, I tried that, I tried this, I tried that. Nothing works, because life is so chaotic. People are so complicated and messy that you can't just go, okay, I'm going to plan out what to do next semester and everything's going to go according to plan. It's never going to work. It's always just randomness and chaos. So really just embrace that. Just embrace the unknown, because that's all there is. There's something genuinely troubling about that. There's something genuinely sad as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I also edited with Tova yesterday, which went on for about 2 hours, a bit less than 2 hours actually, and yeah, it's okay. We edited a bit. We finally got to day one of the shoot. It's good, but yeah, I don't know. I also feel like an idiot in front of Jiren, because she's so accomplished, and damn, I want to go to the bathroom. What the heck? She's so accomplished, and I feel like she likes accomplished people, but I genuinely am not that accomplished. I mean, I think the most accomplishing thing I've done is going to Cannes Film Festival, and that's like a CAMS thing. So yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. Regardless or not, I'm gonna lock in next semester. I'm gonna go to gym. I was also thinking a lot about like what classes to take next semester because, fuck me, Zen and Taoism and Asian literature suddenly opened, and then it's closed because it's completely full. What the fuck? I was gonna take that next semester, so I'm like, you know what? Fine. Even though the class is full, I'm still gonna show up and I'm still gonna ask for a code or whatever. Wait for someone to drop out. It's gonna work out. And then, as it turns out, it clashed with the writing class, screenwriting class, motion picture screen analysis. And then I was like, damn. So I got to choose one of them. So I genuinely, honestly, I was going to drop screenwriting just to take that religion class. But then it's like, no, that religion class I could just take it next semester. So now I don't know. And I also looked up like art classes I could audit, and again, a lot of clashing times, but yeah, I'll figure things out. But if I do move forward with the screenwriting class, which by the way, Jian couldn't take that anymore, even though Jian said she's probably going to sit in a couple times. If I do move forward with that screenwriting class, then I need another 4 units, and I don't know what to do with those 4 units. I want to take an acting class, but acting class and Mary Sweeney class is definitely going to clash next semester. It's always Wednesday 1 to 3:30, 1 to 3:50, always clashes. But I kind of want to do an acting class. So, I don't know. We'll see. To be fair, though, if I do end up taking MFA, I could take the acting class as well. So yeah, I want to be accomplished. I don't know what Jian likes. I don't want to think like that. I guess I'll just have to continue to embrace the unknown. Yeah. Bro. Holy shit. What? Bro, not again. Okay, time now is 1:20. Yeah, today was aight. I woke up at 11, I went back to bed, which may or may not be a good decision, but the truth is that I wasted 50 minutes, sleeping. After I woke up, I filmed a couple of reviews I had lunch alone, and then I edited a review, and then I had to leave. So tomorrow I'm going to Kyoto, and I still haven't packed. Right now I've packed like maybe 20%, but you know, I've never packed this late before. So yeah. So I just went at around 4 p.m., 4:10 maybe. I left my apartment and took a really long MTR ride to Chunwon. And originally I was not a great fan of the idea of traveling all the way to Chunwon because it's very far and I don't have that much time. But you know, I'm glad I did because otherwise I wouldn't have gone to Chunwon. I realized that I've only been to Chunwon a handful of times, and you know, it's a nice place to go. I mean, it's not a nice place to go, but it's nice that I've gone because I wouldn't have gone otherwise, and this would have been my last time to Chunwon in a bajillion years, so might as well. And what better way to go to Chunwon one more time than to watch In the Mood for Love? I exited the NPR station, and then I had to navigate my way on the streets to the mall, and then I found the theater, I found the cinema, and I got in, and I was right on time. And it was pretty uncomfortable because A, it's a small theater, B, I had to look up the whole time. But damn, was it a great experience. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I loved it way more than before. And it's a masterpiece, In the Mood for Love. I think I get it so much more now. There were a couple of moments that I almost wanted to cry. And then, of course, we had the short film, the In the Mood for Love 2001, which I thought was pretty good as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I went back home, and oh my god. So, right before going into the theater to watch In the Mood for Love, I took a photo and I sent it to Jayun. And then after the film, Jayun was like, oh my god, I'm so jealous, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then I left, and I was just, okay, Jayun's still talking to me, goddamn. And then I walked to Chunwon West MTR station, and then I took a MTR from Chunwon West to home. But the thing is, I kept getting lost. I went to Chunwon West, and I was supposed to take one stop to Meifu, and I forgot to get off. So I ended up in Austin, and I'm like, fuck. So I went to Austin, and then I tried to like go to the reverse train. So I took the reverse MTR, and somehow that took me to Lai King station. So apparently I took the wrong direction, and it's going towards Disneyland or something. It's going towards Tongcheng, which is airport, which is fucking insane. So I got off at Lai King, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? And then I'm like, oh well, there's a train to Central. And then I went to Central, and then I went back from Central. I hopped back. Oh my god, what the fuck? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, anyways, I arrived home super late. It was 9, and then I immediately took a quick shower, and then I went out, and my cousin's here, and then we had dinner really fast. And then at 11, it was business as usual. I finished writing down all the spendings, every single dime I spent in Hong Kong on the Google spreadsheet. I also finished editing an album review. A little bit about album reviews. I've been thinking, and honestly, next semester it's gonna be super tough for me to continue doing this YouTube shit. And yeah, part of me thinks that I should continue doing movie reviews and album reviews until I get a good, until I get monetized, and then by then I'm gonna stop. But I realized that I'm not going to get monetized anyways if I continue to do this low quality crap. So, and then next semester, first of all, I sent an email to an art professor about auditing the class. The thing is, her class, Art 110, is Monday 9 a.m. That is terrible. I hate 9 a.m. classes. But my will is strong. I want to learn art. I'd rather go to bed early just so that I could wake up early the next day just to learn art. So I sent an email, hopefully get a response. I also, Andrew Wu actually DM'd me yesterday asking me if I want to be an extra for the short film he's DPing or he's working on called Golden. But unfortunately I'm in Hong Kong, so I can't. And goddamn, I keep missing these opportunities. And then, finally, what else? I DM'd Equo. I randomly, out of nowhere, I was like, might as well. I DM'd Equo and asked him if he has heard from Rachel, because Rachel has gone AWOL pretty much in the last few months, and I don't know, it just suddenly came up. I'm like, well, I'm a little worried about her. So I DM'd Equo, and turns out Equo hasn't heard back from Rachel either, which is kind of worrying. So that's that. So Equo will ask for me and see if Rachel is still alive and going. But yeah, it's a very valid concern. It's really crazy how I'm not bottom of the barrel now, and I hate being a meanie, but Rachel feels more bottom of the barrel than I am, which is crazy, considering how bottom I used to be. But Rachel really just did not make that many friends, did not accomplish too much, and just disappeared. So hope for the best for her. But another thing is, I do want to just hang out more with Equo, and I do want to DM Jing Chen as well, the Malaysian guy. I realize there's so many people that I should cherish as friends instead of letting them just fly by. And I know it's okay. So many thoughts are happening right now. God fucking damn. Okay, so I was talking about my next semester and how I'm unable to continue making YouTube videos. I'm gonna postpone that a little bit later. I'm going to talk about friendships. I know it's easy to feel like an idiot, to feel like a beggar when you keep DMing people asking for their attention. I know it's easy to feel that way, but I think it's okay. If you sound like an idiot, then sound like an idiot. Then embrace it. Because the thing is, I mean, even Jiren does it. Jiren, someone as accomplished as Jiren, she writes emails to people, and I've watched interviews about celebrities emailing each other, and that's how they get work. That's how they get connected. Just email them. You may sound like a beggar, but at least you tried. So I'm going to do more of that. I just want to email people, write people, interact with people, and with passion, not just like, yo, funny joke, but I want to email them with raging passion, and that's what I want to do. And I think it's kind of started with Christian R, with me having dinner with him, but I want to have raging passion next semester. That's great. That's a great goal. That's a great motto. Whatever I do, I will have raging passion, and I'll be extremely serious, because it's the last year and I'm going to take it as seriously as possible, because I want to make the most out of my last year. And then anyways, so that brings us to not being able to do a lot of YouTube next semester. I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week. I know last semester I was like 2 times. I ended up going like once a week. Next semester, 2 to 3 times. Okay, I want a thicker bigger torso. I want to look good. I want people to like me. No. I want me to like me. Hey, see what I did there? I want myself to like me. And that's the point. If others don't like me, that's fine. At least I want to feel proud of myself when I look in the mirror. I don't feel that now. Aside from going to gym, obviously I'm auditing and art classes. On top of that, I want to, I guess, go to therapy. And that is like not confirmed, but I genuinely think I gotta go to a therapist. At some point, it's highly likely because it's too much. Sometimes it's too much, and I need someone to talk to. And there are a lot of people, like Christian R, and, Glenn, but like I don't want to. They have their own shit to deal with, I don't want to drag them down with my pain and suffering, because they have their own pain and suffering, and we're all suffering in totally different ways. I mean, Glenn's found love. He just can't find a job. I can't find a job, but at least I have more prospects, maybe. Christian has a lot of prospects, but he's probably struggling with something. I don't know. But maybe therapist, which means next semester this whole YouTube thing is not looking good. And, again, since 3 years ago, I've been wanting to change my YouTube format, my style, and I think the first step to do it is to literally take down album reviews. I'm just gonna stop. And at the end of the month, I may occasionally review an album if I really, really love it and I have a lot to say, but otherwise, I'm not even gonna post a video. I'll just do a YouTube community post. The thing is, no one's even fucking watching my album reviews. And then eventually I'll also take down movie reviews, and then eventually it'll just be video essays and vlogs, and that's really all there is, and artsy stuff. So that's that. Anyways, talk more with Giant. I realized that since about halfway through Beijing until now, which is like maybe it's been 10 days, Giant has been speaking to me every single day. And most of the time, Giant is the one starting. And yesterday I was kind of sad. And I think today, the sadness is getting a little better. I feel a little better. But there's this, I don't know why, but after Giant talking about, she had a crush on this girl and she's bi, and then she's giving me Leslie vibes, and it's just giving me very terrible flashbacks. And then I continued to talk to Jiayun, and we talked about Wong Kar-wai, and this is where it gets more depressing, I guess, and that is, of course, we start talking about love. And after In the Mood for Love, I really want to talk about love with Jiayun, but I also cannot talk about love with anyone because I just end up being really depressed whenever I talk about love. So I ended up saying a little here, a little there, and I almost wanted to tell Jiayun that I'm aerospec, but I refrained to do that. I'm not sure about telling her. I guess the only few people I'm sure I can tell was like, I don't know, Leia, because she's the one who brought it up to me. And I told it to Cedric. I told it to Potter, but I don't think he took it that seriously. It's crazy. I told it to Potter a whole year ago, and a year later I met Potter, and I'm saying the same thing essentially. Jiayun started talking about love, and she talked about how, my only long-term relationship is with this Japanese ex-boyfriend. The thing is, like, even people 3 years younger than me, they talk as if, and not as if, they talk as they have dated a lot already. And I'm 23, man. So, it was just kind of depressing, and it's giving me that doom feeling again, like in March and April, in April, after Leslie told me about the emerald necklace, and I hear about Leslie and Theo and all that shit, and I was like, damn, Leslie's just gonna friend zone me at best, and ignore me at worst, which is basically what happened. It's giving me those vibes, and again, I know I'm like overthinking and I'm worrying too much, but I feel like if Giant truly likes someone, and she doesn't have to like me, duh, but the truth is, I don't have to like her either. The truth is, we don't even know each other that well. I mean, we talk a lot, but we don't interact with each other physically, like in real life, that much. I don't even see her that much in real life, which is bad. I feel like in a better scenario, she wouldn't speak that much to me. Like, if I really like someone, I would be like, ooh, I'm nervous, Or maybe she's just built like that. And that's another thing. It's like, it's so ambiguous. At the end of the day, I don't know how she expresses affection. So it could literally be anything. And I wouldn't know. Right? I wouldn't know. I'm in the unknown. And it's anxiety inducing. Yeah. But yeah, and then eventually she went on and on and on. Every time I thought the conversation was going to end with Giant, she comes back, and Giant was like talking about how she's helping her brother write college applications and how her parents have no faith in her brother, etc. And then I was like, wow, your parents seem strict. And then she was like, oh yeah, my parents were actually ex-tiger parents, and then I was stubborn, aka I was diagnosed with depression, and then my parents got better. So the plot sort of thickens, like, and then John was like, oh, sorry, I dropped all this crazy lore on you, and I'm like, no, it's okay, And then now I'm like, so she also has depression now? So yesterday she's bi, and today she tells me she has depression, or had. But then I just suddenly remembered that 3 days ago she told me she's happy, so I'm glad she's really happy now, because I'm not. And I'm like, okay, on one hand, I really appreciate that Giant's being transparent. I also really like that Giant's beginning to be a bit more complicated than I thought she was. I don't know why, but like during the whole earlier this year, like March, April, when I was like mad at Giant, I'm like, wow, Giant seems like a really simple, basic person, but not so basic now, I guess. And I also laughed at her for being white, which, I mean, she's just very international. But, if she can speak sentences of Shanghainese, that's already better than, like, most Shanghai person I know. So she's actually really talented and somewhat interesting and a really nice person as well. And, yeah. She looks good too. But then, even after all that, today I constantly ask myself the question, do I actually like her? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm truly a romantic now. Again, after In the Mood for Love, Giant talked about how, she used to love Fallen Angels more, now she likes In the Mood for Love more, because she's not edgy now, and she likes that love is real people, because that's real love. And I realized that because I haven't really been in a relationship, all my love is fake. Like Mary especially. Like, when I was in love with Mary, I was in love with like the idea of Mary being this complicated mystery girl, right? And then with Leslie, it's better, but I was also still like, a lot of Leslie was just imaginary anyway. It's like I imagine this and that, you know. And again, I just feel like a child. And again, Giant's so accomplished. You know, she told me about her plans, getting jobs, internships. She's so forward, and I just feel like she might as well be 23 and I might as well be the 20-year-old, you know. Wouldn't have made a difference, would it? But like, I don't know. And then I was thinking a lot to myself about if Jiren really just sees me as a friend right now, which probably is anyways, there's totally zero reason for her to think otherwise. Then what, you know? Then maybe I should advance? Should I say something to her? Should I send signals, whatever that means? Okay, with Leslie, I just straight up confessed, which was a terrible idea. Now that I'm older, I have a better strategy. So should I like give her signals? Should I like impress her a little bit? Like, I don't know. And I'm so sure that she's gonna reject me and our friendship is just tarnished. Again, the same way I tarnish all my friendships. But then I'm like, well, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe I'm just projecting Leslie onto her. And then suddenly I'm like, wait, why? Why am I even doing this? Like, do I actually like her? Because like when it was Leslie, I was head over heels over Leslie. If I didn't see her face, I would die. Like, I think about her constantly. Like, Leslie was like so intense. But now I genuinely don't feel strongly about Jiayun. So I don't know, and I don't know, but maybe that's a good thing, because then if I lose her, I wouldn't feel that bad. But then that's a bad thing, because I'm not so sure, and if I'm not so sure of my own feelings, then maybe there's something wrong with my head. So maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't figured things out. My mind is a mess. Again, and it's crazy. She's coming to Hong Kong on the 18th. Confirmed. Plane tickets purchased. And I should feel amazing about that. But now I'm like, damn. What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't show her around enough? What if I don't, give enough? What if I give enough and then she's still not impressed? I even asked her, like, what do you want from Japan? And she's like, oh, you don't have to. But yeah, if you do, find like matcha or like anything Nana related, let me know. So yeah, I might as well. I feel like since I've bought Evelyn things, I've bought Michelle things, Giant, I should. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that I'm like overthinking it, because as far as I know, I and Giant, we're still beginning our friendship. I feel like we only started really talking again post-Rush, and we're still kind of like in the beginning of that, because we haven't even seen each other in person in real life. And also, I can't really plan that much. Like, I can't, on the 18th, I'm not going to be like, okay, at 5 p.m. I'm going to give this to her. At 6 p.m. I'm going to get her this food. Like, that's not going to work. We'll just go as friends, and we'll just enjoy ourselves, and while learning more about each other. And maybe on that day I'll be able to figure out how I feel about her. The same way she'll figure out how she feels about me. Maybe she doesn't need a lot of figuring out. Maybe she already knows. But what does she know, though? You know? What does she know? Yeah. 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 Anyways, I'm gonna go pack. It's super late. I don't know how much time I will have tomorrow morning to pack, but yeah, sleep deprivation time. I love it. And yeah. I'm importing videos from my camera to my laptop now, which is taking a bajillion years, but it's gonna be cool. And I'm not ready for Kyoto, and I'm like too tired, honestly. But maybe this is the rest I needed. Maybe Kyoto, despite all the walking, maybe this is the break I needed. Maybe I needed this, and I just don't know yet. But yeah. I hate that Giant right now is talking to me a lot when I'm not at my best. Like right now, especially this month, I've been more insecure than usual. I think before the semester started, like January this year, I was way more confident, but I feel like that was more delusional. I'm at my prime, but like I don't even look that good, and I'm not even that healthy, and I'm not even that talented. Like, get real. Yeah, I don't know. Giant. I woke up thinking about her. Maybe that says something. I'm gonna tell her how I was frustrated with her in March and April. Yeah. We'll see.